Good morning. My name is Shelley Johnson, and I'm at Elemental Fitness in Lander. I want you to take note of the time. It is 4:10. And folks, that is not 4:10 in the afternoon. This is what Leslie Calkins and I call dark 30. And I'm just waiting for her. I'm like hitting you with the camera when you walk in at dark 30. Hi, Leslie.
Hi, Shelley. Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, good middle of the night or whatever it is. Maybe you could just start by giving me your name and your age.
I'm Leslie Calkins. I just turned the big 50. I have a husband. Been married almost 18 years. A son who's 12 years. We've been in Lander almost 16 years.
Wow, that's awesome.
I'm a State Farm insurance agent, but my specialty in that office is I have a master's in financial services. And so I primarily do the financial services, which a lot of people don't know.
What is your athletic background?
I was not an athlete in any way, shape, or form.
Really?
But I've always worked out. I watched my parents battle weight forever, and my mom always worked out. And so I remember as a kid even doing floor exercises with her. In junior high, I started running. It's kind of like Forrest Gump.
You just, once you started, you didn't stop.
Running. It's become about what can I do for health reasons, and to feel good, and to not battle the bulge, which is, what I think the average American has, and I'm one of them. Just always worked out.
Definitely vouch for your dedication. Because when I got out of my rut, I think it was March of 2009, and I started coming here at dark 30, and you started way before me. So kudos on that.
Yeah.
I think you're the exception, not the
I don't
norm.
know that. I think I've just figured it out. For me, which is if I work out at night, there are so many opportunities that can come up at night that I would rather blow off my workout. And so I've just learned over the years that, well, you better get up in the morning. And I'm basically a morning person anyway, so...
Did you start working out at Elemental, and why?
It was shortly after Jaron was born, so, I don't know, 10 years ago, maybe 9 years ago. And honestly, it was because I used to run in the morning on the street here, and then my neighbor was having a fit because I had ran past this big thing out right out in front of Strokers, and I didn't think anything of it. I thought, well, that's a big dog. And my neighbor came out and said, I can't believe you're still running with a baby, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, why? Anyways, it was a bear.
And gosh.
And so a bear had been hit. And so that really, once you're a parent, you start thinking, it's probably not too bright. You need to be alive to help to raise your child.
To be healthy, yeah.
And so then I joined the gym.
Yeah.
And moved my act inside. But my act used to be quite funny, because once people realized that I was the flashing Christmas tree running around town, because I put lights everywhere, because you would not believe what kind of nuts are out at 4:30.
So people would see you.
Oh, heavens, yes.
They could see you.
And my dog even had flashing lights on him.
Oh, that's great. That's hilarious.
But I was like, after a few near misses with cars, I was like, this is stupid, it's dark. That was why I moved it inside. And as we get older, our metabolism changes, and I needed to change it up. So, I mean, it was a win-win.
Okay, great.
Some of the benefits is that I have done Steve's crazy class, which is awesome, again at night. But I've worked out with Ellen, I've worked out with Jago, and with that I've learned, and some of the classes I've done, I've learned all the new philosophies that are out there, and that has changed so much.
Yeah.
I mean, it used to be lightweight, a lot of rep for women. I mean, it's just totally different.
Yeah.
So, anyways, it's been an awesome experience.
Yeah. How has this training helped you? With your recreation.
The only other idiot here in the morning is Shelley Johnson. And so I met her, well, I've known her forever, but I really got to know her. And so she has drugged me on a few things, adventures.
Created a monster, more like.
Yeah, which has actually changed my world. Honestly, it's changed my world. In a good way. I like to tease her, but in a good way.
Yeah.
Other than in a good way, because I have found there are a few things that I don't want to do. I don't ever want to go to Angel's Landing again.
Shoot, it's on record now.
Ever.
It's on record.
And so anyways, and Shelley can attest to that, because she was there. But I'm doing a lot of other new things to take me out of my comfort zone. And I've learned some things that I don't want to do again. I don't want to do the rim to rim in Grand Canyon again in
So
a
you
day.
did that?
I did that.
So you did a rim to rim in a day of the Grand Canyon?
Grand Canyon. Started on the south rim, ended up on the north rim. We started at 5:15 in the morning, and I believe it was about 7:15 that night that we ended. And what I learned with that was, oh my gosh, it took me out of my comfort zone. I don't particularly care for cactus in my fanny, but I did get it there. A lot about hiking that long of a distance with timelines with 6 women, which was you really have to have your poop in a group before you start, as far as for figuring out how you're going to make everything happen, because on that type of hike, you know pretty much everybody's going to have blisters.
The stakes are high.
There's going to be things that happen, and so you've got to have it together. And so it was a real learning lesson, but I think for me, spiritually, you know, we started in the dark and ended in the dark, and those are the best views. And so that was what I kind of learned, which was, you know, hey, I can do it, yay. I knew I could do it. So, because I've hiked up in the winds here, you know, 24 miles. So, and so it's been fantastic, because I've been to places that I've heard about. And I have a few other places here that I still want to go to and experience. And I love Zion, and so I already have a trip planned for next year with another friend of mine to do the Narrows, which will take me out of my comfort zone, because that's a wet hike. And anyways, and so, but I'm all about that now. But it's only 16 miles. We can start in the, you know, light enough that, you know, you don't miss the views. And I think that's what I've learned, is that I don't want to miss the views anymore. And so I'm taking it now to another level where I want to actually go and hike and camp. And I've not hiked and camped. I've camped, but not hiked and camped.
Do you have advice for others who are, they feel and want to get in shape, but they aren't taking that first step?
You got to find what works for you. So like right now, part of mine is, you know, also just the stress eating and everything else. And I noticed that everybody else in my office was struggling. So I'm a person that, you know, has realized that if I have a team to help kick it off, now they won't work out, but we have talked about maybe walking at lunch, you know, or something like that. But so anyways, we're doing a weight challenge. What we're going to do is, you know, nobody's watching what you're eating or anything like that. We do each have a notepad to keep track of it. If you're really struggling and want to share the notepad, I mean, basically anybody knows that it's fair game. Somebody could ask for it. And then on Fridays, we're weighing in. I'm at my office, and we have a chart in the closet, and we're just charting weight. And so honestly, just knowing that, you know, you're going to get on the scale in front of everybody else, you know, kind of forces you to really think about what and if you keep a log, it forces you to think, well, if I put that in my mouth, I got to put it on the log, never mind.
Yeah.
You know, and so as far as for what you need to do is you need to find what's going to work for you. So if it's starting with a class, you know, start with a class. And then if, you know, like I had a girlfriend that I drug out of hibernation, and we worked out together in a class. But she has since said, you know, the group thing doesn't do it for me, but she needs some friends.
A buddy system.
A buddy system, yeah. For you. And I would say don't jump into any big commitment. If you can trust yourself, if you're a creature of habit and are going to not do the good workouts, do some classes just to learn some things, or hire a trainer.
What motivates you?
I don't know. Myself, I guess. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
I enjoy challenges. I mean, as far as for to be here, I mean, honestly, what motivates you? I mean, you got to look at your life and say, you know, I have 2 parents with health problems. And everything that you read and hear about says that if you stay healthy and active, I mean, even just walking, if you stay active, that you can ward off some stuff. And so I think honestly that drives me too.
Yeah, your life motivates you.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to stay alive.
That's a great motivation, and you're a great model. So I really appreciate you sharing and taking some time out of your workout to share.
Thank you.
So thank you, Leslie. And keep up the great work.
Thanks.
Yep.